won't die. Well, dying is like getting forced to back, for example, is effectively the same thing as dying. Like you miss XP. It might not be as much, but you effectively miss XP. So it's very similar. You don't necessarily have to die. I'm only gonna review like first 10 minutes because it's like the important part, like first 10-15. So right here, hold on. How do you free cam? Where's the free cam? Drone. I fucking hate the controls for this. When you ward further in the camp. Ward like right here. That way you can see them doing the camp. It gives you more information. If you ward right here, you can only see them when they walk over it. If you ward in the camp, you get like 10-15 seconds of time of vision. You get a lot more vision when it's on the camp. Did I turn the HUD off? Fuck. There it is. Timeline. Just some advice. Trolling? I'm not trolling, bro. I'm trying to help him. Right here? Okay. Right there. When he... Oh, fuck. This shit is zooming. When you have your passive, use your passive a little bit more as Gadget. It does damage. You can get a better trade there. Dude, how do I slow this down? Why do my buttons not work? There we go. Alright, hero chase me. This is a good trade. This is a good trade. And you just freeze the wave. Oh, wait, you can't freeze the wave actually. Which is fine. You should push them. Usually it marks them. Well, it marks when they walk over, but if you put it on the camp, you just have more time to see. Like right now, you probably don't have vision on him. But if you had the word in the camp, you would have vision on the entire time he's on the camp. Like now that he walks over right there, you have vision, but you just get more time. Makes it a little easier. See right here, you should be trimming the wave. You should use this cannon to be right clicking the wave so you get river timer. Tell me you don't drop down right side here. So this happens because you're trimming it. You didn't trim the wave. I'll rewind to explain what I mean. Where's the drone? Okay. There you go, a little further back. Oh, because he used all his mana. Well, he used all his mana, but he didn't trim the wave to guarantee that he gets left river. That's why he dies here. So right here, you should just right click off this cannon to keep this wave as high pressured as you can. And then immediately go into left river. You know left river comes up at 3 minutes. You saw their jungler in the 2 camp. He didn't gank you. If he went to 2 camp and didn't gank you, that means he's going to blue side 90% of the time. Unless he's ganking solo lane immediately. So that means you know he's going to be on duo side if he's going to be at any river. So you should always be going to the opposite side. Like you should be going to his red side here. No matter what. So you're already positioning on the incorrect side. And then you didn't trim the wave. So look how long it takes you to clear this wave here. And then this Gideon's allowed to pressure you because you didn't clear the wave. So if you trade autos, you don't clear the wave, then you get ganked. And you waste so much time here that you end up getting the wave now, but you have 6 seconds that you could have already been on the river if you're just trading the river. What's up, Empty? And then you're on left river right now. This guy doesn't gank you. He wastes his time. You have mana, and you have a path out to your tower. Then you don't get your flash forced. And if the Gideon follows you into left river, he loses the whole wave. So no matter what, you're getting value there. Who are we watching? It was Wintegi from the last game, because he was asking how he gets pressure. Right here, you're taking way too much time to back. Just back in your tower. You wasted like 10 seconds here. You're gonna miss a lot more farm than you should.
Alright, time to head back.
Don't think you had mana? Well, you right-clicked and queued after. Like, you had a cannon tanking the wave, and then you waited till it cleared the cannon to use your abilities. Who is Igor? Who's a Severog? AKA irrelevant. The difference, by the way, of him going to that river buff, look at how much faster my clear is than his. So I'm already on my 3 camp. He's just starting his 4 camp. So I'm effectively up 2 camps worth of like speed. So if I knew that he went to river, I could just go straight to his 5 because he will never be on his 5 on time because he still has to do his blue and his 3. So like that's a situation where like I could get a lead from him going to river buff, and as long as you just don't get your flash force or anything, he just wastes his time. I didn't realize he ganked river, so I didn't invade like 5 camp, but I should have. Oh, because of his mana. I mean, it's just it's a bad gank, to be honest. What do you think he'll go to the side that you warded on? Well, did you see what I was saying where you saw him go to 2 camp? If he went 2 camp and didn't gank mid, that means he crossed the blue side. So that means he's always going to be on the blue side. Does that make sense? The other thing is if you warded on the stairs, you know that if he's going to be in mid, he's coming down those stairs, or he has to go around the long way. If he goes the long way, you're pretty safe because you have a lot of it, like you have a long time to see him. So he has to come this close staircase, which you had warded anyways. So you should already know that he's there, or he crossed, which is what he did do. Gonna watch all the way through, just like the first 10-15 minutes, because those are like the important parts. The late game is like whatever. Going for the ward again, nice. Again, ward in the camp, ward in the camp. Peek around that corner, ward in the camp. If you ward in the camp, if you see him doing it, you can just pop up, throw a right click. Maybe you steal 1, maybe you steal 2. Which could be really impactful. Right here, always auto archers first. People do this a lot where they auto the melee creeps. Always auto the archers. Because no matter what, if you clear the archers first, you get just straight autos. You don't take any poke. Because the melee minions will just follow you around. Just gives you more pressure. Here, throwing Qs. You know the jungler's not here because he's in solo, right? Where's the Severog? Why is he not on map? Oh, he's in duo, sorry. Thought he was in solo. You know he's not at the river, so you should get a river here. You should already be looking at a river. And you're just gonna get out traded because you have no mana now. You're just not paying attention to the river timer. It spawns every odd minute. So even if you were gonna go to the river here, you're 10 seconds late. And then here, you just back on time, okay. Just focus more on the river there. Like, you're never gonna really out-trade him. I understand you had minion advantage, but you use the minion advantage to secure double river as opposed to trading. Like, if he comes to contest the river, he loses the full wave, because the wave will go under tower when he steps to the fog wall. So you force him to either lose minions or come to river. If he comes to the river, he loses the wave, you still get a lead, even if you don't secure the river. If he doesn't come to the river, you get your mana back, and you get the river buff, so you're getting like an XP generation. And then, you know, you'll be in a better position. He still hasn't done either river yet, by the way. And you let him walk to left river and get it. That means he probably comes in a lane. You end up getting right river. Do you even check right river? Because both river buffs were up. If you know he has no mana, after you come back to lane, you know he hasn't gone to either river. Which either means the jungler did it, which you didn't see cross, so he could have only gotten 1. Or he just didn't do them. So you just gave him both rivers for free there. As soon as he went into that left fog wall, you should just be immediately walking to the river and just looking to trade with him. Because he has no mana, no matter what, you will win that trade. Even if you're fucking dog shit, you should win that trade. He has way better river secure. That might be like a skill thing, to be honest. You have to get a little more used to it, especially if he's coming in behind you. Because 2 autos and 1 tick of the right click will guarantee the river buff. So if you right click and then auto, you should have it before him most of the time.
Allied tower under attack.
Didn't think river was there. Even worst case, you should just be stopping his back at the very least, checking it. You can see if river's on him, by the way, too. Like, you can see the buff floating around him. So right here, it's 7 minutes. Rivers are up. There should be a free river buff. You're on the correct side. He loses creep. So see how he goes to the river? He loses minions. That means you're still getting a lead. I'd say a little bit of an aggressive pathing, but like it's fine. You don't really get punished. I'd like to just see you back here, honestly. Kind of a shitty back because you want to back on 1200, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? See, now you're staying. What's gonna happen? And I assume this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna clear the wave. You're gonna back. The Gideon's gonna get all pressure. He's either gonna rotate, or he's gonna just have more pressure. Like he's gonna keep pressure on you, and then you're gonna lose next set of rivers. I can already see that happening. And if you miss a last hit, you're probably gonna stay another wave.
Ride this on.
Please tell me you back. Okay, you back. Gideon takes pressure. He wards. He doesn't rotate, but he takes the time to ward. You stay for a wave. You lose double river here. You lose double river, you step up with no mana, you get free Gideon ulted. He either kills you or you get forced to back. Again, you lose double river. If you back here, you lose the full wave, by the way. And it's a cannon wave, which is like extra bad. They have Murdoch as well. Pretty lucky you didn't die there, to be honest. Their Gideon's kind of griefing by doing this, instead of just taking the double river that he won in the wave. I don't think he gets punished, but like, look how far back you are. This is like 10 seconds that you're wasting your time. You saw him portal out. Who's killing you right here? Who's killing you right there? You're behind the tier 2. Who's killing you? You know your Zarus is coming. You just saw the Gideon portal. Why did you waste the extra 10 seconds to back?
All right, time to head back.
Now you lose part of the next wave too. What's the CS difference?
Allied tower under attack.
53 to 67. That's pretty much just off your backs. Not even rivers, that's just off your backs. Like missing that full wave. And then your wave is pushed into him now. This is so bad for you. Now you're just frozen. I assume the Sevarog ganks you here. There's a little drive-by, I imagine. Don't use your gate like that, by the way. Use your gate to push the minions after if you're going to use your gate. This is you trying to punish the Gideon rotation, which is actually completely fine. Sevarog not clearing this wave is grief as fuck. This is a good punish on the Gideon rotation. This is fine. I don't know if you know this, by the way. Gadget Q will always prioritize cannon creeps. So you should always try to throw it in the cannon. If the cannon is in the range, it'll prioritize the cannon, which will hit the whole wave, just so you know. So you don't have to throw it at the front, throw it at the cannon. Kanata, thank you for the primer, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you for the prime sub, man. Did not know that? Yeah, Gadget Q prioritizes the cannon minion. It prioritizes enemy heroes first, and then I think allied heroes, like after minions. So it's like enemy heroes, cannons, enemy minions, allied minions. It might focus allied minions before regular minions, though. Or allied heroes before regular minions. I could be wrong on that. I don't queue allies a lot, but I do know it prioritizes cannons and heroes.
Ride this on.
So it's pub match. I'm only gonna do like first 15 minutes or so, because it's like the important part. It's like laning phase. Little ward, not bad. I wish the map wasn't like this. Good job not dying. This is fine. You don't really do anything here. Don't rotate to this. You don't do anything here. Just get the wave. Just clear the wave and back. Get your Mega Cosm. Get your Spike. You don't do anything. It's just a waste of time. You're losing creeps.
My favorite invention.
He's dead or not, regardless of if you come to this, by the way. You just lost like 4 creeps there. 4 creeps in time that you could have backed. You could already be back now with full mana. Now you're out of mana and you're like in an awkward spot, because now he could just freeze the wave here. You're out of mana. You're forced to back. You lose XP. You do get river, so you get kind of bailed out a little bit, but you're still low mana. Like you could still only clear the wave. Just have a power spike here. You could have Mega Cosm, be at this river, and just contest the Gideon. Like you could end up fighting this Gideon. Use VODs to upload guide videos. It's just different because MOBAs are so dynamic. But if you had Mega Cosm here and full mana, you could fight this guy 100%. And you would probably win it. Granted, your ult is down because you ulted for the Muriel, but this is like incorrect because it's Spectator. But if you had ult because you didn't help the Muriel, you could fight this guy 100%. And you probably would beat him because you would have Mega Cosm. He's in a, what does he have? He has Mega Cosm already. It'd just be a 1-for-1, but I'm pretty sure you're stronger at Mega Cosm Spike than him. No Alkrod. No Alkrod is fine. Doesn't really matter that much. That's just unlucky. War crimed a little bit. But that also comes from that time where you didn't back for Megacosm. If you had Megacosm, you have more mana there, you have more HP, you're trading into the Gideon a little bit more, the Gideon can't trade as much, so like, the Gideon might not be able to push the wave like that and stuff like that. It just all comes because you take so long. Do I often review matches? Not particularly, but if somebody like asks, I'll do my best. Usually I prefer to do like scrims and stuff though, so I don't really do pub matches like this most of the time. If I do, it's like the first 10-15 minutes like this. Also, since you died, by the way, you lost that full wave. That whole wave was in your tower when you died, so it's like another entire wave that you lost. Nicoladius, think of the follow. You're probably down, what, like 25 CS now? Almost. 22. And the Gideon is out-rotating you. You should never be behind CS if you're not rotating, the other mid is. Ring pub matches, just for those who just solo queue rather than play comp or rank server. I mean, I definitely could be helpful for sure. It's just hard to like... It's hard to like give you good advice because a lot of like the tiers, for example, like if you're like a bronze player, right? Okay, right here, you saw this guy, like this is your own fault right here. Like you did this to yourself. You literally saw him. You could have worded under, you could have right clicked on this. You can see him hit that with his Q. Like you can see him clear it. Like you literally did this to yourself. Like nobody here to blame but yourself on this one. This isn't even like advice that I give you. This is just, you literally saw him go left river, like left jungle. You can imagine that he's gonna go left river. If he doesn't, you should just be on right side anyways, because like he could possibly blink over the wall. And then you saw him Q it, and then he dropped down anyways. Throw your right click before you drop down if you're worried about somebody being there or whatnot. I don't think your blink is up, but if it was, you maybe could have lived. Post-Predecessor, what I was going to say was, like, the tier of, like, skill level changes. So, like, the higher the skill level of the average lobby, the way you play the game is different. So, like, at a lower level, you play a different play style than you would at a higher level. Like, if I'm jungle in a lower level game, I'm just going to hyper farm and try to 1v5. If I'm jungle in, like, a higher end game, I have no problem trying to gank a lane to help somebody. Because it's more likely that that person doesn't lose the lead. So, it just depends. You can RB river without dropping. If someone stares, a chance you steal it. You can't steal it, I don't believe, because you're immune. Like, it's immune to you. But it'll say immune when you drop down. Or, like, when it's, like, hitting it, so you don't have to drop down. And it won't start hitting until you drop down. This guy's rent free in your head. Clear the drone, it's just gold. Take your free gold. My folks or viewers who are generally invested in the game want to play at a high level. Well, what I mean is, like, the way you carry a lower elo game is different than the way you carry a higher elo game. And the advice I would give you is to carry the game. Not to necessarily, like, be the most efficient. Because you don't play the most efficiently when you're trying to 1v5. That's just not how you play. That's what I mean. Which it can be helpful to some people. To at least get you into the higher elo games. And then you can, you know, learn how to play better from there. You're just walking past... Ooh. Take this, clear these minions! What? Wintegi! What? You're just walking past, they're 1 HP too, just auto attack them while you're walking. At the, Wintegi! Please. Clear the minions, man. They're trying to help. Well, you're only gonna walk so fast anyways. Just clear the minions, right here, again. Clear the wave. If you push that wave, just throw a right click. You don't even have to clear the wave. Just throw a right click. This tower would be down right now. You would have pressure on the tower. Then you could look for the invade with me right here. Like, granted, you're out of mana, which kind of sucks. So, like, you probably couldn't look for the invade. But you'd have pressure on the tower, which forces the Gideon to go to the tower faster. Which means that I can pressure the 2 camp easier. Wait, what the hell? You're just walking past farm. So now you pressure the wave with no mana. You could have just right-clicked this before coming up to that like 2-camp fight, and then you could have backed. The tower would be down right now. You would be back here with full mana, and then you have tempo on the map to do whatever you want. You could rotate to this Fangtooth if we know that they're on it, etc. You're just more active on the map. This is a tempo loss. Like this entire play is a tempo loss. The longer you stay, the more tempo you lose.
Allied tower.
That's something that you can't really teach. That's like that's a hard thing to teach. Tempo. So Tainted Totem gives Muriel a larger shield bar. So make the shield radius larger. I don't believe so in AoE size. The only thing that increases AoE size, I think, is Sapphire. I don't know if that counts for her too, though, like her shield. But it should increase the amount of the shield because it increases shielding and healing, I believe. All right, I think that's probably as much as I can give you at this point. Everything else after this, like you would be up like a level or stuff if you're changing stuff. I mean, your CS isn't great either, like 95 at 16, like you're not CSing correctly, stuff like that. I can only give you so much until you fix like some of these issues, and then I can give you more advice, because at this point you should be ahead and you're in a position where you're like significantly behind where you should be. So anything I tell you now doesn't really give you actually, like doesn't actually improve your gameplay, because you shouldn't be in this state at any point in the future. So there's not really a point to go over the rest of the game, in my opinion.